Clive and Elsa are a brilliant couple of genetic engineers working at a biotech company called Nerd. Their main job is to splice the DNA of different animal species to create hybrid organisms with unique biological traits. The ultimate goal of the company is to harvest rare compounds from these hybrids to develop medicines that could potentially cure a wide range of diseases. Clive and Elsa successfully present a newly created male hybrid and place him with their earlier female hybrid. The entire team watches in fascination as the two creatures meet for the first time, greeting each other in a strange but mesmerizing display. Soon after, the couple meets with Joan, Nerd's CEO. Joan is thrilled with their achievement and urges them to begin extracting genetic material from the hybrids to move forward with the medicine production phase. But Clive and Elsa propose creating a human-animal hybrid, believing it would provide far more diverse compounds that could be used to treat diseases such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and even some cancers. Joan, however, refuses, insisting they focus on the hybrids they already have. Unwilling to give up, Clive and Elsa decide to move forward with the human hybrid experiment in secret. In their lab, Elsa obtains a sample of human DNA from an anonymous donor, and the two begin splicing it with animal DNA. The next step is to incubate the cell and let it grow into a fetus. But Clive hesitates, reminding Elsa that human cloning is illegal and considered highly unethical in their field. Elsa pushes him to continue anyway, framing it as a simple test to confirm the success of the splicing and promises the process will remain controlled. To their amazement, the cells begin multiplying at an extraordinary speed. By the next morning, Elsa checks the incubator and is shocked to find the embryo developing far faster than expected. That night, while they're at home, they receive an urgent alert from the lab. They rush back to find that the fetus has already reached full development, far ahead of schedule. They break open the incubator, and a slimy, alien-looking creature tumbles to the floor. They place it in a containment cell and leave for the night. The following morning, when they return to the lab, they find the containment cell empty. Inside is only the shed skin of the creature, proof it has already grown and escaped. Moments later, a screech echoes from the ceiling. Clive, standing outside the room, urges Elsa to get out so they can pump in poison gas to kill it. Instead, Elsa extends her hand toward the newborn, calling it closer. Just then, Clive enters, startling the creature, and the couple eventually subdues it with gas. Upon examination, they learn the hybrid is female and growing at an accelerated pace, meaning she will likely die in a matter of months. X-rays reveal a strange tumor inside her body, and she has a sharp, venomous tail for defense. A week after her birth, Clive tries to feed her, but she refuses everything, until they discover she has a preference for sweet foods. Over time, Elsa begins to bond with the little hybrid, treating her like her own child. She dresses her in clothes and teaches her to recognize letters. When the creature sees the word nerd on Elsa's shirt, she copies it. Impressed by her intelligence, Elsa names her Dren, an anagram of nerd. Clive, however, becomes concerned and accuses Elsa of treating Dren like a pet rather than a research subject. Their heated argument is overheard by Gavin, Clive's brother, and a fellow employee at Nerd. Gavin sneaks into their lab but is attacked by Dren. Elsa scolds the creature and orders her away. Clive tries to calm Gavin down, but Gavin is furious when he finds out that they've been conducting an illegal experiment.
Realizing they can no longer keep Dren inside the lab, the couple decides to move her to the facility's basement. Once there, the creature suddenly develops a fever and stops breathing. In a desperate attempt to save her, Clive immerses her in a cold bath. That's when they discover the tumor they had noticed earlier is actually an amphibian lung, meaning Dren can also breathe underwater. Soon, the time comes for Clive and Elsa to present their other creations at a press conference. At first, the presentation goes smoothly, but chaos erupts when the two creatures suddenly attack each other, turning the event into a violent bloodbath. Later, while explaining the incident to Joan, they reveal that the female creature had somehow changed her sex and become male, and the sudden competition between two males caused the fatal aggression. Joan orders them to shut down all splicing projects and find a way to synthesize the required protein at any cost. With the facility set to be taken over in a matter of days, the couple decide to take Dren to Elsa's late mother's isolated farmhouse where she can be safe and enjoy more freedom. When Elsa and Clive bring her to the barn, she panics and runs away. After searching for an hour, they find her devouring a rabbit and bring her back inside. Elsa, upset by the behavior, scolds her, which prompts Dren to leap into a water tank. Clive suggests giving her some space, so they leave her alone and focus on preparing the barn for her comfort. That night, she refuses to eat and instead uses alphabet tiles to spell tedious and outside, showing she's bored and wants to leave. When Elsa refuses, Dren bolts through the skylight and perches on the roof. The couple rushes to the roof and is stunned to see she has grown wings. Just as she's about to fly away, Clive calls out to her, telling her that he loves her. Hearing this, Dren embraces him and willingly returns to the house. The next day, Elsa notices drawings of Clive in Dren's possession, revealing she has developed feelings for him. Later, Clive returns to find Dren sad and dances with her to lift her mood. During this moment, he realizes Elsa used her own DNA to create Dren. He confronts Elsa for involving herself so deeply in the experiment, but Elsa brushes off his anger, claiming that it's too late to change anything now. The next day, Elsa gifts Dren a cat, thinking it might help her bond. But Dren kills the animal with her tail and attacks Elsa. Elsa falls to the floor as Dren snatches her keys and unlocks the door. But before she can escape, Elsa knocks her out and restrains her on a table, intending to amputate her tail to make her less dangerous. Clive walks in to see Dren naked, tied down, and her tail removed. Feeling pity, he unties her and sets her free. Meanwhile, Elsa manages to create the much-needed protein using venom from Dren's severed tail. She hurries to the farmhouse to share the news. In her absence, Clive enters Dren's room where she greets him with a kiss. He resists at first but eventually gives in and they end up having intercourse. Elsa arrives just in time to see this and storms out in shock and fury, with Clive chasing after her to apologize. After a heated discussion, they decide the only solution is to kill Dren before she becomes even more dangerous. When they return to the barn, they find her seemingly near death due to her rapid life cycle. They remain by her side until she stops breathing. Heartbroken, they bury her body outside the farmhouse. But just then, Clive's brother Gavin arrives with a nerd official, informing them that human DNA was found in their protein samples and demanding to see Dren. Elsa tells them Dren is gone, but a piercing screech proves otherwise. Dren has transformed into a male and is now violently aggressive. He slaughters Gavin and the official, drags Clive into a pond, and then goes after Elsa. He uses his regenerated tail to strip her clothes and forcefully mate with her. Clive regains consciousness and attacks Dren with a wooden log, but the creature regenerates instantly. Just as Dren is about to kill him, Elsa smashes his head with a rock. She hesitates out of pity, allowing Dren to fatally impale Clive with his tail. Enraged and heartbroken, Elsa attacks Dren repeatedly until he finally dies. Months later, Elsa sits with Joan, who offers her a deal. It is revealed that during the assault, she was impregnated by Dren and is now carrying his hybrid child. Joan wants to use the baby's genetic material to create groundbreaking medicine. Elsa, now emotionally hollow and detached, accepts, saying she has nothing left to lose.